This is highfalutin
That's.
shit.
I mean, this is first class, man. Well, okay, it's business. It's business class.
This is
I mean, it's
Oprah.
business class, not first class.
Well, because there's no bed. You
Well,
just have
I was
more
gonna
leg
say,
room.
If it was first class, there'd be a huge penis behind us. I mean,
Right.
obviously, as you pointed out. So.
There's your Vine video right there.
What, that we don't have a huge penis?
Good morning.
So we are hanging out in the foundation room with Corey Taylor from Stone Sour. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you.
There's a lot going on with you. I had to use the Google machine.
Google me? Yeah,
I have
love
notes.
It. I am officially Google worthy.
I have
Awesome.
notes because there's so much going on with you.
Good.
Tuesday's a big day.
Yeah.
Because everybody gets the second half of the story.
Yep.
House of Golden Bones Part 2 comes out. You're streaming it on your website right now to give people a chance to kind of check it out.
Yeah.
With everything else going on, you decide to record new Stone Sour music.
Mm-hmm.
Why a concept? Like, you can't just do one album. You had to do a concept album. It had to be two.
Well, duh. Yeah, of course. I mean, if you're gonna do something, overdo it. You know, I mean, that's kind of that's how I've led my life so far. So, yeah, I mean, it's an idea I've had for a long time, and after a series of obviously some hard stuff happened with obviously with losing Paul, and then Roy having a stroke. I mean, the farthest thing from my mind was doing anything creatively. And I went out on the road to do the Sonosphere shows with Slipknot, and that's when it all kind of came to me for some reason. So it was kind of one of those things where I wasn't chasing that tail. It kind of came to me, and I knew that if I didn't do it, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. So I wrote the story. I started kind of putting all this music together, and the rest is history, basically.
Did it ever come to you? Did you ever think about the fact that if you did a concept album and it sucked, that it would just suck on a major scale? Because when you think about legendary concept albums, I mean, there's some of the greatest albums that have ever been recorded. I'm talking about The Who, and I'm talking about Pink Floyd, and in my mind, Operation Mindcrime comes. You know what I mean? So when you look at all of those albums and you think, okay, I'm going to work on a concept album and put my heart and soul into this.
Yeah.
What if it goes wrong? Did you ever worry about that, or were you just in that creative space where you're like, fuck it?
I was pretty solid, like I could see it very vividly. And I knew that if I wrote the story right, everything else would kind of fall in line. And so I really tried to make sure that the story that goes with the CDs was poignant, it was exciting, it was visual, it was fun, I mean, I wanted to make sure that it was interesting and it was fascinating and it was all of these different things, because who wants to put out a boring concept album? I mean, that sucks, So I wanted to make sure that it engaged the listener and also engaged the reader when they, kind of read the story while they followed along with the music. And then the music itself was fantastic. It's some of the best music we've ever written, some of the most intricate, some of the darker, some of the heaviest. And I just knew that we had something. I knew that, and able to pull this off, we had to go above and beyond and just make sure that it was just everything that we ever wanted to do.
Did you know from the minute you got the idea for the concept that it was going to turn into comic books too? Because I know that you're the comic book nerd guy.
Yeah, I'm that guy.
So was it always that idea? Were you thinking about the illustrations while you were working on the music, or did that come up later?
It kind of came up. It came up later. I mean, it came as I was kind of doing punch up on the story itself. I wrote it out, and then I went back and I did some rewrites to kind of fill in some gaps and explore some more stuff. But I was trying to write it in a very visual way, where while listening to the music and reading the story, you could see it in your mind. And while I was writing it, that's when the idea came to me that this could be a really cool comic book, something very different, not your standard issue, standard J11 comic book. It could be something very interesting, and thought-provoking. And one thing led to another, and I'm sitting down with Dark Horse Comics, and they're like all about it. So it was cool. It was one of those things where I thought about it, and then 3 months later, I was sitting down trying to figure out how to do it.